If you want to make your Samsung Galaxy battery last longer, I'm going to show you how to do it. So follow these steps, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do, because here are 10 battery saving tips for your Samsung Galaxy device that actually work. Step 1 is something that everybody should do, but not everybody knows how to do it. So now you're not going to be one of those people anymore. So swipe up to access your app library and search for Samsung members. You should see an app like this. If you don't see this app, you can download it from the Samsung Galaxy store, which looks like this. Now, once you've located the Samsung members app, what you want to do here is go to support, and this brings you to a page that you might not have seen before. Now, in this section, what you want to focus on is the phone diagnostics. There could be something wrong with your phone, and if there is, it could be causing power drain. And if that was happening, how would you know? Well, this is how. If you run the diagnostic, this will take you step by step through every element of your phone. And if you go through each and every step, you will identify any problems that might exist. But the one we're going to focus on for this video is the battery one, because I don't have time to do all of these tests right now. So on the battery side of things, you can see right now, everything is normal. Life is good. And the capacity is still at 5,000 milliamp hour. So the battery hasn't degraded. If you see anything other than normal here, or you see your battery life has degraded, you might want to dig a bit deeper and run the full diagnostic. Okay, tip number 2, we go to settings, scroll down to battery and device care. Here you can see how much battery you have left. Now here is where you can identify the silent battery killers that you might not know are draining power on your device in the background. So if you go to background usage limits and then to sleeping apps. Now in this list, if there's anything that you don't use on a daily basis, what you want to do is hold your finger down on that app. This opens this menu, and now you can tick which apps you'd like to remove. Think carefully about this one and remove anything that's not necessary and that's not important to you on a daily basis. Okay, so this one might be an obvious one, but it's also the most likely cause of a rapid power drain. Go to settings, go to display, click on motion smoothness, and right now you can see it's set to adaptive. This means the display can range from 1 Hz all the way up to 120 Hz refresh rate, and 120 Hz is very power hungry. What you can choose to do here is limit that to 60 Hz. And this is essentially halving that maximum refresh rate. The display won't look as smooth when you're scrolling up and down and left and right on pages, but it's not bad by any means. And if you're okay with this, you're going to save a lot of power. And here's the next tip, and it's just a very quick one for you guys, and I only suggest using this if you really need the maximum amount of longevity from your battery. For example, you're going traveling, camping, you're going to be far away from a power source for a long time, and you really don't want to run out of power. If that sounds like a situation you might find yourself in, then do this. Go to settings, go to display, go to resolution, and this screen may look different depending on what device you're on, but here if you set the resolution to the lowest possible, in this case it's down to HD plus, you're undoubtedly going to save a lot of power. And I must say, full HD plus still looks pretty awesome on these Super AMOLED displays. Essentially what you're doing here is asking the phone to power less pixels, and at the same time you're putting less strain on the GPU, the graphics processing unit inside your phone, which in turn uses less power. Number 5, go to settings. This time we're going to connections, then we're going to go to more connection settings, and this tick box right here at the top, nearby device scanning, is what we want to look at. So did you know that your phone is constantly scanning the environment for frequencies that it thinks could be useful to you? And did you know this even happens when you switch off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? And it does do this with good intentions, but it could also have a negative impact on your battery life. So if you don't want it to happen and you don't want your phone randomly searching for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth devices without you knowing, you can switch this off. And once again, if you do choose to do this, then more power to you. All right, are you ready for a hidden setting? Number 6, let's go to settings, back to connections. This time we're going to go to Wi-Fi, and in the top right corner you'll see these 3 dots. Tap on that and the sub menu will pop up. Here we want to go to intelligent Wi-Fi, and then on this page scroll down to where it says power saving mode. This will optimize your phone's battery efficiency when connected to familiar networks. Think of this as an AI that streamlines the modem's performance within your phone. Pretty intelligent. Number 7. Okay, this one does require for you to have location sharing on. And if you don't know anything about location sharing or what I'm talking about, I'm going to link a video at the end, which is a more in-depth tips and tricks guide for One UI5, and you can learn a lot about it there. So starting from the home screen, we go back to settings. Once again, we go to connections, then we go to the Wi-Fi network we're using. Tap the three dots in the top right corner, go to intelligent Wi-Fi once again. Here there is a feature called turn Wi-Fi on and off automatically. And it's quite self-explanatory, but it's also quite advanced. So check this out. Once you've enabled this, you can tap on the box. And when you do so, you can add Wi-Fi networks that you use often. Now, whenever you leave the range of those Wi-Fi networks, it will automatically turn off your Wi-Fi, which means it's no longer scanning for other Wi-Fi connections around you, and this will save power. And when you see the Wi-Fi networks that you do want to add, all you need to do is hit the little plus next to them, and they will now act as triggers for your Wi-Fi to turn on and off automatically. And if you do this, you will save power. Okay, once again, back to settings. This time we're going to battery and device care. Tap on the battery section, scroll to the bottom where it says more battery settings. Now here, where it says processing speeds, tap on that. Now, once again, I would only suggest this one if you absolutely need the maximum battery life from your device, or if you're the type of person who never uses graphically demanding apps such as games like Genshin Impact or PUBG or video editing apps. If that sounds like you, what you can do is switch this to optimized. By enabling the optimized setting, you're giving your phone permission to throttle the performance if your battery or system on chip is getting a little bit too warm. And side note, if you ever feel heat coming from your phone, that's your smartphone's power leaving the body, metaphorically and actually. So enabling this setting helps your phone to stay cool under pressure, and in doing so, you're going to save power. Now, tip number 9. Okay, so this trick is one to keep up your sleeve, especially if you're the type of person who doesn't upgrade your phone every year or even every couple of years. If you like to keep your phone for a long time, then it might be a good idea to take 2 steps back, because you'll be able to go 3 steps forward in the future when it comes to battery. And what I mean by this is, if you want to prolong your battery's lifespan in the long run, you can do so by switching off all of these fast charging features and turning on the battery protect option. Essentially, by not allowing your phone to charge rapidly on a daily basis, you're protecting the battery, and the protect battery setting actually limits the maximum charge to 85%, which maximizes the possible battery life from your phone in the long run. Okay, now it's time to optimize and fully understand what's actually going on your device. Go to settings, scroll down to battery and device care. Once again, tap on the battery section, and where it says view details, tap here. Now what you can see here is every single app that's running on your device and the percentage of power that they're using. And if there's anything here that looks out of the ordinary, or if they're using a big chunk of battery when it really shouldn't be, you can try to understand why this is happening. And just to give you an example, here I have TikTok running in the background. I haven't used this in ages. I don't even know why it's on this list. So I can tap on that app, and now I can hit the limit usage. And here's where it gets a little bit more technical. You can either put it to sleep, which means it still has permission to run in the background and send notifications. But if we put it into deep sleep, essentially we're completely putting this to bed and only giving it permission to wake up when we choose for it to wake up. All right, you've made it all the way to the end, and because you are truly a legendary person, I've saved a bonus tip for you. And I just want to shout out everybody that left comments in my last battery tips and tricks video. There were some really great tips and tricks in the comments section that I didn't even know myself, so it's always good to see that. And if you have any of your own tips and tricks, make sure you leave them in the comments below this video. Okay, go to settings once again. This time we're going to go to advanced features. Here where it says smart suggestions, one question: do you know what this does? If the answer to that is no, then there's a good chance you're not going to miss it if you switch it off. Just so you know what it is, this is a Samsung feature that kind of gives you suggestions for your keyboard, for your calendar, your reminders, your messages, which can be handy. But one thing is for certain, it definitely uses power, and it could be doing this without you realizing it. So maybe you might want to switch this off, but remember where it is in case you do find you miss it. And here is the last bonus power saving tip for you. Once in a while, it's a good idea to switch your phone off, because doing so, you're giving your phone time to reset, cool down, and refresh, which is something you should let your eyes do once in a while too. But if you're not ready to switch off just yet, and you want to take your Samsung Galaxy device to the next level when it comes to customization, check out this customization guide that I made for you guys. It's on screen right now. And if you want to learn more about One UI5, there's some tips and tricks on screen right now. Or if you're looking for the best accessories for your phone, there's a thumbnail on screen. If you check out any of those, I will see you in the next one.